Welcome back to another video from Only Copilot fans. I'm your host, AJ Ansari, and today I'm going to show you a neat trick in Copilot Studio. How would you like it if a user talking to your agent asked about a customer, a vendor, an invoice, or any other type of record from Business Central? And not only did your agent show information about the record, but it also gave them a deep link to that specific record inside of BC. Now that would really enrich your user experience, and it's very easy to implement. So let me show you how it's done. So the first thing that I need to do is to find the page ID that my agent is going to direct my user to. If we're talking about customers, then we would go look at the customer list and I would look at the customer card page for its page ID. To do that, I could use the Alt-Control F1 key on a Windows OS device, or if you're using a Mac OS device, that's going to be the Option-Control FN and the F1 key. This is going to open up the page inspection tool, which shows us for the customer card, the page ID is 21. Let's write that down somewhere because we're going to need that later. So let's take a look at my agent. I'm going to go to Tools, and you'll see that I've only created two tools for this particular purpose. The first one is the Dynamics 365 Business Central MCP, and the second one is the Get URL for Business Central. If you're using Business Central version 27 or older, you're not going to have access to the MCP tool. What you will instead have to use is the Find One Record or the Find Records connector for Business Central. And I've got a YouTube video showing you step-by-step how you can deploy the Find One Record tool. Let's take a look at the link on my screen here. If you're using Business Central version 27.1 or newer, I recommend using the Business Central MCP tool. I find it makes things a lot easier. Now, if you've never used this tool before, I've also got a YouTube video explaining step-by-step how you can configure that inside of Business Central and also some examples of how you can use it. Let's take a quick look at the configuration for my Business Central MCP tool. It's just my environment, my company, and my MCP server configuration name. Let's go back and take a look at the second tool. My second tool is Get URL. If you've never used this tool, you can find that by searching for Get URL v3. And you will see there's one tool right here for Business Central. The configuration for this tool is very simple too. It needs a description. Here my description is generates a URL, also called a link, deep link, or bookmark to a customer record in Business Central. And then I need my environment name, my company name, my page ID, and this is the value that we found for the customer card when we looked at the page inspection tool in Business Central. And then the most important thing here is the row ID. And that is set right now to be dynamically filled with AI. The reason for that is it's going to be a different value for each customer record. And I need to find that ID somehow because it's not a value that you and I know. For a customer record, for instance, we uniquely identify that with a number field. But for API integrations, that unique identification is done with a value called System ID. It's a long alphanumeric GUID. And the only way to retrieve that is to first find that record using the Find One Record tool or the MCP tool here. Now, if I did not have any special instructions in my agent, the way to go about getting a link with these tools in place would be to first say, I need to find the system ID for customer with the name Adatum Corporation. And it shows me the system ID. And then I would have to say, with this system ID, can you show me a link to this customer record? Read on my Get URL tool, and it would show me this link inside of Business Central. This brought us to what we were looking for, but we don't want the user to have to type in 2 or 3 different prompts at each time to get to where they want to be. This is where instructions and processes can make things a lot easier. So what you'll notice over here in the agent is I've got some instructions. The first part is generic, helps user retrieve data and so on. And then I say, when a user asks to get a link to a customer record, invoke the process, view a customer in Business Central. And that has 4 steps. Search for the BC customer using the tool, which is the name of the tool below. If the user has provided what looks like a customer name, assume it is a partial name and do a contains type of search. From the search in step 1, retrieve the system ID for the first customer located. Then invoke the get URL customer tool. The row ID in this tool should be populated with the system ID from step 2. Show a detailed adaptive card style response with the customer number, name, and URL from step 3. With this instruction now, I can just ask, I need a deep link to customer Relic Cloud. And here is the requested deep link. And on the left-hand side, you can see that it looked through the different tools. It invoked the search that we asked it to. And then with that particular information, it took that system ID and it found the URL and it showed us the information that we're looking for. And clicking on it will take us to the Relic Cloud customer record. And that, my friends, is how simple it is. You should consider adding this to all of your agents, not just when the user asks for the deep link, but just as a part of your standard response anytime they ask for information from a customer, a vendor, or an invoice record. This will significantly enhance the experience for your users when they're using your Copilot Studio agents. If you like this video, please hit the like button. And if you haven't already, please subscribe and tell your friends about Only Copilot Fans. I'm AJ Ansari, and I look forward to seeing you in our next video. Have a great day.